For the practice, you'll need comfy clothes, a chair, ideally no arms like this one, a sturdy, stable chair, a towel or a small blanket to assist you in some of the exercises, and I always recommend to go barefoot. So you may want to practice on carpet floor if you have the possibility, otherwise a mat or a rug can do the trick. Hi folks, my name's Elena, welcome to the Chair Yoga series. This is the first of 5 videos that we have produced on behalf of the Drop-in Bereavement Centre for all its beneficiaries to help you cope during these difficult times. So this first one is all about strength and energy, so it's a beautiful one to practice those days that you wake up feeling a bit down, or you should be doing something but you need that little push to get you started, or you're simply tired and you need a little boost of energy. So 3 main ideas that I want you to remember throughout the session. The first one, listen to your body so that you can properly use your abilities, your strengths, and you can respect your limitations as well. Second idea, please keep yourselves safe, okay? That's paramount at all times, even if that means that you need to take a break, take a sip of water, or take a few deep breaths and then you can catch up. That's fine. Keep yourself safe. And third and last, most important, please enjoy the session. Okay, that's why we are all here for. So we're going to sit up straight, nice and tall in here with your shoulders relaxed. So I want you to really feel tall all throughout the session. Okay, try and stay connected to the physical sensation of feeling really tall all the way down from your tailbone up towards the ceiling, as if you had a cord or a string attached to the crown of your head, and that string is pulling up and higher. So you keep up here. Your chest is wide open. You're slightly tucking your chin in, but just a little, not too much, so that you can stay gazing towards the front. And you're keeping your knees and your feet in line with your hips. So everything is well aligned in here. If you feel that your feet are not quite on the floor and you need to use the towel, go for that. You can stick the towel right underneath your feet and bring the earth a bit higher so that you feel a bit more comfortable. So just take a few deep breaths in the most comfortable way for you, either through your nose or maybe exhaling through your mouth, wherever it is that works for you, go for that. Take a few deep breaths. Tuning with yourself. Mentally scan yourself, dedicate a few seconds just to observe how you're feeling at this point. And then what I want you to do from here, you're going to bring one of your hands on top of your belly, like this, and we're going to start engaging our abdominals, our core muscles. So that's a very physical sensation that I really want you to get. We are going to forget about the breath for a few seconds. I want you to keep breathing though, careful with that, but don't worry too much if you're not quite syncing the breath with your action. That's not important. We'll get there in a few seconds. So right now, concentrate on these muscles. Just try and draw your belly button in, contracting your belly towards the spine, and then release, like sort of expanding your belly out. Okay, and you can use the help of your hand, as I said. So you contract your belly, contract your abdominals, and then you release. In, so follow your own pace, find your own rhythm. I definitely don't want you to go fast, so take it easy. Especially if you're new to yoga, take it easy. It takes a while to get this right, okay? So don't worry about that. So try 2 or 3 more of these. As long as you feel a bit of action happening in here, in your abdominals, in your core, I'm happy with that, okay? Because we're going to be using this center of energy, this center of power all throughout, not only this session, but all of the sessions. So keep that in mind. So work it out in your own way, good. And then only if and when you're ready, we're going to try and sync our breath, our breathing with this physical action. So what I want you to do, think about it as a ball. So when you get the air inside of the ball, which is this, your belly, the ball is going to be inflating, right? That's what I want you to get. So you're going to be inhaling, the air comes in and the belly goes out. The ball is inflating. And then you're going to be exhaling, allowing the air out and consciously drawing your belly button in contracting your belly so that the ball is de-inflating. So inhale, expanding your belly, and exhale, consciously pulling your navel point in so that you can feel that tension and the ball is de-inflating. And try just a few more. Okay? So again, find your own pace. And if you're getting dizzy at some point, forget about your breath. Keep working with the physical action only. Isolate the physical action if you feel happy with that, and keep exploring that for a few seconds, and then you can catch up with the breathing. But keep breathing in any way that you need. Keep breathing. Inhale out with your belly, and exhale in with your belly button. Okay, just a couple more of these, and take into account that a lot of people will do this the other way around when they are new to yoga. Okay, so please don't worry about that. We'll get there eventually. Don't worry about that. Okay, one more. Inhale, belly out, and exhale, belly button in. Fantastic. Okay, so we're ready to move on. We're going to be using all three elements that we have just worked with, and that is the correct alignment, the posture, and second is the breathing, and third is the engagement of our core. I want you to take a few seconds in here to mobilize your main joints, so just follow me with this, and then we'll get started with the session. So you can cross one leg on top of the other, otherwise you can just grab one of your legs in a way that you keep that one foot a bit higher, because that is the idea. We're going to mobilize the ankle, and I simply want you to circle your ankle. If you have issues in there like arthritis or any other injuries, you can still do this. Just find your safe range of motion and you'll be fine. It's always good to give mobility to our joints, especially when we are about to do some physical exercise. Okay, so one way, and you keep breathing and you stay tall as we said in the beginning, so don't forget that. And then the other way around with your foot. Exactly, and you feel how the muscles of your lower leg are reacting as you move your foot. That's also important. Nice. Let's go with the other one. So again, choose your initial bodily position, and let's go with the circles. As wide or as little as you feel safe and comfy with. Good. Observing calves in here as they react. Observing our breath. So we are always trying to stay present wherever it is that we're doing. Okay, the other way around. Good. Let's come back to the initial position, so we can take 3-4 seconds to readjust our bodily position. Staying tall, shoulders relaxed, chest wide open. And what I want you to do from here, we're going to open up from the hips. So using the help of one of your hands at a time, you're going to open up one of your legs over to the side. Don't strain yourself, okay? Just go as far as you feel comfortable with. The other one. So the movement of this one leg is important, because that's where the opening of the hips is coming from. But the stability of the rest of your body is equally important. So keep that in mind. Use your core muscles to help you stay steady up in your torso. And the other leg is also not moving. Good. Nice and slowly. Same rule applies in here. If you have issues with your hips, you can still do this one safely. You simply need to find your own safe range of motion. So always keep that in mind. Okay, just one more per leg. We're doing good. Nice. Open up. We are not twisting up here. Good. And the last one. Nice. Back to center again, readjusting in here, shoulders down. We're going to be working with the shoulders, so bring your mental attention up towards your shoulders, and I'm going to give you a couple of options in here. So the first one, if your shoulders are more or less good, you can go with the circles. So you can circle forward and backwards, you'll be fine. If you have any injuries around your shoulders, if you have, again, arthritis and you feel that your mobility is somehow a bit more limited, you can just go up and down, finding a really, really small range of movement, up and down, nice and soft. Okay, so totally up to you. If you're happy with the circles, follow me forward. Breathing nice and natural. Good. And then backwards, which is always a bit harder. Okay, we tend to accumulate mental and physical tension up here through the shoulders, through the neck. So it's always good to unblock that tension through the movement, but sometimes it'll feel a bit challenging. Okay, so whatever it is that you were doing in here, either of the two options, relax your shoulders down, and I want you to start releasing your neck from tensions by turning your head left and right. Extra careful with this one, folks. Try and keep your chin level to the ground. You can totally inhale left, exhale right. Go very slowly, nice and sweet. And back to center. Okay, so 1 to go. Keep your hands up here. So again, no need to strain the shoulders, so you can keep your elbows close by the body. We're just going to mobilize the wrists. And again, with our deer circles. So circling our wrists. We can do with both hands now at the same time, so that's good. One way. Same rules applying here as for the safe range of motion. So this is not a competition, this is yoga, this is your own personal practice. Stay safe, enjoy. Okay, the other way around. Here we go. And if you hear quite a few creakings in here, that happens to all of us. Okay, don't worry about that. Good. Nice. So we're ready to go. Let's go with our first one. Allow me just to go sideways so that you can see me a bit better. I'll meet you there in a few seconds. Okay, so here we are. I'm just sitting sideways for you to see me a bit better, but you can totally stay as you are. You may need to use the towel for the next one. We're going to be shifting towards the front of the chair, and I want you to really plant your feet on the ground. Okay, so if you feel that you need the towel for that, to bring the earth a bit higher, stick it in there underneath your feet, and so that you can be comfortable and stable. So once we're up here, we're going to be using the 3 elements that we have been working with, and that's the alignment, the engagement of the core, and the breathing. We'll gather them all together for every exercise. For this one, find your alignment, stay tall, shoulders down, chest open. I want you to bring your mental attention, your mental focus down towards your pelvis, and start tilting your hips back and forth. Okay? So your reference is the hip bones in the front, so they are going back and then going front. Rest your hands on your knees. Make sure that you're keeping your knees and your ankles in line with your hips, so not wider than that, and you move from here. And when you do this movement with your pelvis, what happens in here is that the spine is following in this beautiful way. You're arching your spine towards the front, and then you're rounding back your spine, drawing the belly button in. So you're arching and you're rounding back towards the chair. And you can take this action as far as you feel safe with, or you can keep it as small as you feel comfy with as well. Exactly. Good. And I actually want you to keep a small engagement of your abdominals at all times, so don't let go. Keep a bit of tension throughout your belly at all times, and especially when you round back. So here is where I really want you to push in, to bring your belly button in, so that you can contract your abs a bit more. And if you feel comfortable syncing your breathing with your action already at this point, you're going to inhale in here when you open up your chest, and you're going to exhale back here. So inhale, open up, exhale, rounding back. Try not to lose an inch of of length, so you stay tall all throughout. And enjoy this one. It's a beautiful one to distribute the energy, to open up. If you have any blockages in here, it's a very nice one to open up, so that you can allow the flow of blood and oxygen to flow free all throughout your body. With just a few more seconds, feel free to speed it up at this point if you feel safe and happy with that. Otherwise, nice and slow. Very nice one to give some extra mobility and flexibility to the spine. Okay, nearly there, folks. We're doing great. Okay, so back to center. Good. Straighten up a little, all the way down from your tailbone, up through the crown of your head, shoulders down, chest open. Take a couple of deep breaths in here with me. Nice and deep. Inhaling, exhaling. We're ready to move on to the next one. I'm going to stay right here so that you can see me a bit better. You may need to use the towel. Let me demonstrate the exercise to you, and then you will decide. Stay seated closer to the edge of the chair. So we're going to do in here, we're going to strengthen the quads in the front of our legs, and we're going to strengthen again one more time our abdominals. So keep this part of your body in mind. You're going to keep your torso up and steady, so you're not going to shrink, you're not going to let go. You use your abdominal muscles already to keep your upper body straight and stable. Using either your hands or maybe the towel, you're going to grab one of your legs and bring that one leg up towards the chest. Okay, and then you release. You do exactly the same with the other one. Up. Make sure that you are still keeping your leg in line with the hip, so you're not opening the leg to the side, you're not bringing it inward, to keep the proper alignment at all times. Good. Shoulders down. So let's go for it already. Allow me just to demonstrate quickly. If you're doing it with a towel, simple as this. Towel behind your leg. You firmly grab it with both your hands and you bring it up. And actually it'll be a bit more efficient if you just simply do a few repetitions with the same leg and then switch to the other one. Okay, I'll let you know when to switch. So let's keep moving. Either option is good. And as per usual, find your own safe range of motion in here. So if you're happy bringing your knee as high as this, I'm also happy with that. If you can just bring your knee up here at this angle, I'm also happy with that. Okay, whatever that works for you, folks. Feeling the tension through your core, through your abs. Good. Also engaging the hamstrings back here. Nice. Exactly. It's a beautiful one for the strength of the hips as well, and for the mobility of the hips. Good. Okay, so switch now if you are working with a towel, and we'll do a few more on the other side. And if you are just alternating as I'm doing, just keep going, keep going. Okay, nice and steady, nice and steady. So maybe you can explore your range of motion. You can maybe bring your knee closer and closer to your chest, opening up from your hips. If you have issues with your hips, if you have arthritis or any injuries, just take it easy. It's not a competition. Remember, this is your own personal practice, always. Okay, so just enjoy it. Okay, just a couple more if you're alternating. One per leg. Good. And back to center, and again we reconnect to our body. We tune in again, realign, shoulders down. We find our breath again. Take a few deep breaths in here, just allowing your body a few seconds to settle, okay, just to absorb all this energy. And let's keep moving. Okay, my dear, so for the next 2 exercises we're going to be standing. Okay, so come up here, join me in your own safe way. I want you to stay facing the back of the chair because we're going to be using the chair for a bit of extra support in here. And what we're going to do is engage our glutes, our quads, our legs, and our core muscles, basically. Okay, there are more muscles that are going to be engaged, but basically we're going to be working with these 3 groups of muscles. So facing the front of the chair in our correct posture, as we have been working with already, so with your feet and knees well in line with your hips, not any wider than that. You stay tall, and what I want you to do, find that help of the chair, find that little support from the chair, and just simply soften through your knees. Make sure that you're keeping your knees in line with your ankles, okay? So don't bring them any closer, not any wider either. So keep them in line, and you, as if you were just about to sit down on an imaginary chair, as to say. So wherever you feel that this is it for me, you squeeze your glutes, push up through your glutes, and you come back to your initial position and straighten up here. So let's try one more time. Soften through your knees, bend your knees, good, and letting go. Good, just finding as little support from the chair as possible and safe for you. And then you squeeze your glutes and push up through your glutes. If you're doing it properly, you're going to be feeling tension through your quads, through your thighs, through your glutes, and that happens basically really consciously because you're kind of squeezing your glutes, that's what I want anyways, and through your abdominals. Okay, so keep that in mind. Down and up. It's like a half squatting here. So each of you will work with your safe range of motion and with your comfortable pace. Okay, and it can be a bit faster, it can be a bit slower, wherever that works for you. If you want to sync your breathing with this action, you can inhale up here, straighten up, open up, exhale as you go down. Okay, if that works for you. Otherwise, just breathe naturally. Don't worry about that. Just focus in the movement. Keep your feet well planted. You need your feet for that coming up action. So you push your feet against the ground, you squeeze your glutes, and that will help you come up to the initial position. Okay, so we're nearly there. Keep it up. If you're feeling safe, try and go a bit lower. If you have issues in your knees or in your hips, you can still do this one. So this is actually a very nice one for you to do. Just find your safe range of motion. You can just stay at this comfortable and small angle. I'm happy with that. Okay, so don't strain yourself, don't push yourself. You don't need that. Just allow your muscles to work. That's what we're wanting here. We'll be fine. Okay, so this one and the next one. Good. The knees are still well aligned and you're still tall. Last one, let's go for it. Down we go, feeling the tension, keeping the belly button in. Keep breathing and then squeeze up through your glutes. And up we go. Okay, good. Feel free to give your body a bit of a shaking here, okay? Take a couple of deep breaths, scan your body, see how you're feeling at this point, and take a few seconds before we move on to the next exercise. A little bit of balance to continue. I know that this is a challenging thing for, I would say, most of us. So don't worry, okay? Enjoy this. Keep yourself safe. I'll take care of you. I'll guide you best I can. You'll be all right. So we're going to do in here, you're going to stay one side with the chair on one of your sides, and we're going to use this same side foot. So you're going to really plant your foot on the ground close to the chair. And when I say really plant your foot, I mean that, okay? So you need to feel that each one of your toes are on the floor, the ball of your foot, your heel, everything is really well planted. And I want you to keep your toes pointing towards the front. So check on your alignment every time. So alignment first, and then you go for the action. Alignment and then the action, not the other way around. So you plant your foot, Important as well, especially if you have issues with your knee, keep your knee comfortably straight without locking it. Don't push it back, just keep it comfortably straight so that your muscles can work safely. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, you're going to straighten up and release your other side foot. Like this. You can just push the foot against your ankle to begin with. We're going to be working with the opening of the hips. As we did in the beginning of the session, we were working the mobility. So I want you to try and open up from your hip, keeping your torso steady, so not twisting. You keep your belly button and your hip bones and your chest facing front. You're just opening up from the hip so that your knee goes a bit further to the side. And if you're happy with this, I'm also happy. If you need to bring it a bit closer to center, I'm equally happy with that. Okay, so folks, do whatever that works for you. So this, let's say a half tree yoga pose, equally efficient, equally beautiful. It's a very energetic yoga pose. Staying here, it's all about just holding the pose. You don't need to do anything else really. Just hold it. Feel the tension through your standing leg. Squeeze the glute on that side as well to help you stay grounded and stay stable. Open up your chest, relax your shoulders. Breathe, just breathe, enjoy this one. So we're strengthening the leg, strengthening the core, the glute on that side. Breathing nice and deep in here as we hold. Just a few more seconds. Nice, and we are ready to gently release. Okay, so knee back to center. Careful with your hip. Release. With a bit of a shake. See how you're feeling at this point. Mentally scan your body again, and we'll switch sides for the chair to do the other side. Exactly same steps in here. Okay, so this is also a nice chance for you to observe if there is any side of your body which is responding a bit better to this exercise. So maybe you're doing good on those sides. Maybe you feel that you're doing terribly bad on both sides. I really doubt that. I'm sure that you're doing good. But whatever it is, just try and observe. Okay, observe. So planting that foot on the ground, pushing the free foot against your ankle, finding that little bit of nice opening from your hip, and keeping the torso up and steady and tall. And just breathing. Belly button in so that we can make sure that we are activating, engaging the core in the right way to help us stay stable. Just breathe, hold up here. So the chair is there just to support you, okay? So I don't want you to lean on the chair. I don't want you to push against the chair with that one hand, okay? Just keep it as soft as you can. It's only that to give you a bit of extra confidence. Exactly, good. Careful with your knee, especially you folks that are having arthritis or if you have had a recent surgery in your knee. Careful with that, okay? Don't lock it, just keep it comfortably straight. Hold up here for a few more seconds. Good. And we are ready to release. Your knee, nice and safe release. Give it a bit of a nice shake. Allow your body to settle. Take a few deep breaths. And then we're going to move on into the next exercise. Okay, so we're back in the seated position. Follow me for the next one. I want you to stay seated closer to the front of the chair as we have been doing previously. And from here, we're going to give a beautiful stretch to the sciatic nerve through the back of our legs and also to these muscles in the back of the leg. We'll also stretch lower back muscles, and that connection will open up that connection in between the torso and the pelvis with the next one. So you're going to extend both your legs. You can either stand on your heels, or if that feels more comfortable and natural for you, you can totally plant the soles of your feet on the ground. Okay, whatever that works for you. I want you to keep your legs straight without locking your knees. So that is the first element that I want you to check on, especially those of you folks with issues in your knees. Okay, so have a look at that. not pushing, not locking, just keeping the knees and the legs comfortably and safely straight. So once that is nice for you and that is working for you, from up here we have a couple of options. Okay? So if your shoulders are nice and healthy, I'm going to ask you to give yourselves a nice stretch, reaching up with your hands like this. Okay? If you have issues with your shoulders, if you have, let's say, arthritis or any other injuries, or you've had surgery in your shoulders, you are simply going to keep your hands on the shoulders and your elbows relaxed for this first part of the exercise. So wherever that suits you, we reach up. If that feels good, this is the first part, and then all of us, we will release our hands, resting them on the top of our legs, relaxing our elbows, tucking the chin in so that we can fully drop the head down, and little by little going to slide our hands down on the legs, and we'll simply go as far as we can safely go. It can be here, it can be a bit closer to the knees, up here, it can be all the way down to the feet. Okay, so totally up to you. Don't strain yourself. Just find that place where you feel not only comfortable but also safe. So scan your body. We're going to stay here for a few seconds. Make sure that your head is totally relaxed. Concentrate on your breath. Relax your shoulders, just simply let go. So we're basically using the stability of our legs in here to allow the upper body to loosen up, to let go. And we keep breathing in and out, nice and deep. And then we're going to find our way back. So engage your core muscles, draw your belly button in, contract your abdominals, and you roll your way up. Lower back first, and then your upper back, and then your shoulders down, open up through your chest, and head will come up last. We're going to repeat a couple of times. Okay, so remember your options. Keep your shoulders safe in here. Reach up only if that makes sense for your body. This is a beautiful stretch actually, so if you're doing it, enjoy it. And then release, release. Nice and heavy in your arms, resting your hands on your thighs, tucking your chin in, dropping the head down, just letting go. Double check that your knees are not locked, just comfortably straight. And exactly as before, we'll use a few seconds in here just to relax. So shoulders relaxed, elbows soft. Listen to the sound of your breath as it goes in and out. We're keeping our mental attention right here, right now. And let's go up again. So engage your core muscles. So that is the way to make sure that we're doing it safely. Okay, so you contract your belly muscles, and up we go, one part of our body at a time. Good, shoulders down. We'll take it from here for the third and last. Up, up, up. Shoulders are still relaxed. And all the way down, all the way down. If you feel a bit softer already, just try and reach a bit farther, okay? Allow your body to go a bit deeper with the stretch. Keep your belly button slightly in, totally letting go of your upper body. So maybe check that you're not holding any tensions up through your neck or your shoulders, because that's really easy to hold and accumulate tensions in there, okay? That happens to all of us. So make sure that you're just loosening up as much as you can. And if you're feeling too much tension, too much strain through the back of your legs, simply soften through your knees a little. And whenever you're ready, engage in your core, contracting your abs all the way up, 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 up. Shoulders down, chest open. Take a few deep breaths up here. Settle down. Allow your body a few seconds. Let's move on to the next one. Good, so I think we're ready for our sequence of warriors. So let's go with the warrior number 1. I want you to turn around on the chair, choose one side. We'll do both, don't worry about that. Make sure that you're seated as close to the edge of the chair as possible, even if that means that one of your buttocks is out of the chair, because we'll use that one later with a bit of a movement. And plant the leading foot on the ground in here on this side, okay? And then we're going to let the other one go, a bit of like a lunge, if you will. So we're going to bring it back. Okay? If you have issues with your hip on this side, you can still do this one, but just take it a bit closer, something like this. So this one buttock is out of the chair, and this other one buttock is firmly on the chair, and that one foot, the leading foot, is firmly on the ground. That's what I want. So that one, the sole of the foot completely on the floor, and the back foot is just on its toes. So once you've got to that figure, either like this or like this, a bit of a deeper version of it, you're going to stay in here. Just double check that the torso is facing towards the leading side, so you're not twisting to the center. And so you're all the way to the other side, hip bones, belly button, chest, everything, even the back knee is pointing all the way towards the leading side. And there is one little thing that we can do in here. Again, if you're having issues with your shoulders, keep your hands comfortably on them like this, relaxing your elbows. But if your shoulders are happy and healthy today, reach up with your hands. We'll hold for a couple of deep breaths, allowing the opening from the hips to just happen naturally. This is a very nice one for the strength of the whole body. Keep the belly button slightly in as you breathe. And then gently release. Hands down, softening through your elbows. Careful as you release this back leg. So sort of rotating in here, coming back to center, nice and safe, nice and safe. So what I want you to do in here, you're going to bring this leading leg to the initial position over to the side, and we're going to create in here in between both our legs. So this one over to the side, this one all the way towards the center like this. If you're happy with this, extend your leg all the way out and plant your foot on the ground. Make sure that this one knee, the leading side knee, is totally in line with your ankle. Careful with that, because it's really usual that people will bring that knee in, and that's a bit dangerous for the knee, okay? That's unsafe, okay? So keep your knee in line and right above your ankle. So once we've done that, we're going to now twist the upper body over to the center, so more in line with this second leg, as to say. And again, we have two options in here. Option number 1, if your shoulders are not that safe, bring your hands up here and just rest them and enjoy the pose. But if your shoulders are good and healthy, extend your arms to the sides, level to the ground. You can turn your head over to the leading side, looking over your fingers, and enjoying here a couple of deep breaths. Good. Shoulders down, chest open, long spine, so no shrinking. We stay tall, we stay tall. Keep breathing. And then nice and easy, release. Yeah, give it a shake. And what I want you to do in here, before switching sides for our warriors, you're going to come back to center, open up both your legs. Good. Same angle. So check on your alignment first. 90-degree angle with your knees. So that means that your knees are right above your ankles. Okay, you're not bringing your knees any closer to that. You're keeping your knees in line with your ankles. Check that. Keep it like that at all times. You're going to straighten up to begin with, and then choose one of your sides. We'll do both. You're going to rest the same side forearm on the thigh like this. Find a bit of a twist in here, point your chest up towards the ceiling, and you can totally stay like this. You can bring your hand up here towards the shoulder, gazing up towards the ceiling. Good. So that is a projection that you need to think about, okay? Your chest is reaching up towards the ceiling. Give it just a couple of deep breaths. Make sure that you're not straining your neck. And then we come back, so tuck your chin in, just to make things safe for your neck. Straighten up, inhale. Exhale, and keep breathing naturally as we do the other side. Okay, so find the support of your forearm on your thigh. Find that twist from your waist. Good. Twisting up, your chest is facing up towards the ceiling. And just rest your hand, your top hand on your top shoulder. And give it a couple of deep breaths as well. Enjoy this one, it's a beautiful one. It's a very nice one for the strength of the upper body. Nice, tucking your chin in back to center. And we'll find our warriors on the other side. So let's go for it. We're going to turn around over to the other side, all the way, seated closer to the edge of the chair so that this one buttock is actually out of the chair already. So careful to hold your balance in here. Planting this leading foot on the floor, on the mat, and then back we go for our pretended lunge. Find your range of movement in here. So we've seen a couple of them. So this be the deeper version of it, as to say, okay, with the leg all the way back. But you can also go for something like this, somewhere in the middle. Again, more than happy with that. Okay, so find your own. Good. Everything is pointing towards this one side for the first warrior, remember that. And then you can simply keep your hands on the shoulders, or if you're feeling intrepid and most important, safe, reach up with your hands. And holding here. These warrior poses are especially good ones for the energy. Okay, so if you're feeling a bit down, these are nice ones that you can do. So holding here as you breathe. Stay connected, stay present. Feel your strength, feel your power. And then release, and let's find our transition for the warrior number 2. So we'll use this leading leg in here as an anchor. And then we're going to find that 90-degree angle in between both our legs. You can plant that other one foot on the floor, nice and easy. You can already feel the opening from your hips. Check on the alignment on this one, knee in here, so knee right above your ankle. And then you twist from the waist, you twist towards the center. Hands on the shoulders, if you're happy with that. Or maybe you want to go for the deeper version of it. Turn your head over to the side, looking over your fingers. And breathing slowly, deeply, but powerfully. Enjoy this one. And then release. Nice and easy, nice and safe, one piece of your body at a time. Come back to center. Feel free to give your body a bit of a shake, your legs, your arms. Stay seated. Feel free to shift back on the chair so that you can fully lean nice and comfy in here. And I want you to take just a few seconds, close your eyes, relax, relax, rest your hands on your thighs. Come back to your breath. Mentally scan your body as you breathe, as you enjoy the flow of air coming in, going out. Just observe. Allow your body these few seconds to fully settle, to be able to benefit from all this physical action that you've given to it. And you can open your eyes. So that was it for today. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, folks.